Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Toro. I am so excited to be sitting here with my friend Jerris.
What's up, y'all?
So I just wanted to make a quick announcement. I'm starting a podcast called Legally Woke, and it's going to be everything and anything that you think about. We're going to have law students coming to talk about what it is like to be in law school, and also we're going to be talking to different students from who have different interests. And also, this is just a great way for you to get to know law students outside of like looking at their books. These people have different hobbies, and my goal with this podcast and having this on YouTube is to highlight and showcase that, and have people with different interests come and share with you how they're on their journeys to their professional careers while still embracing who they are. So I hope that you guys come and subscribe, follow this podcast, and watch our videos on YouTube, share it, and I hope I get to share many of this with everyone who's watching this. And so thank you guys for tuning in. So I have with me Jerris over here, and we've been friends for since this past year. We've been friends, and he's also a first-year law student, and I just wanted him to talk to you.
Now.
Whoa.
We're 2 L's now.
Oh yeah, we are 2 L's.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But I wanted him to talk to you about his experience. And what was that?
Oh.
Was that a sigh? I have some questions for him. And so this is not at all strict or an interview. It's just us just having a conversation. But I wanted Jerris to talk to you more about what he really likes. He's a law student who really is into anime, right?
I am.
Yeah, and because of that, we're eating some Japanese food while actually shooting this, because Jerris loves anime. Can you go ahead and talk about your love for anime?
I am probably one of the biggest anime nerds that anyone will ever get to know. I've been watching anime since maybe about 5th or 6th grade. I remember there was something on Cartoon Network, and it was really just for anime cartoons. It was called Toonami, and they had all the great shows: Dragon Ball Z, Gundam Wing, Rurouni Kenshin, all the great shows that kind of made up my childhood. And to me, animation is kind of I have a lot of great life lessons in anime. So
great life lessons? Like what? Like what?
Naruto? Look, if it wasn't for Naruto, I wouldn't be here this semester.
What do you mean?
Naruto told me to give up on giving up.
Oh, okay. I like it.
See?
I like it. I like it. So just give us a little background about your professional career. What led you to go to law school? What did you do before law school?
Before I went to law school, I kind of didn't want to go to law school right after graduating. I had some debt that I wanted to pay off, and I kind of wanted to just kind of have some job experience. So I was kind of working just jobs here and there, but the job that I had that kind of got me to go into law school, I was working for a company called Accelerated Claims Inc. And we were kind of in the hospital, and we handled all the motor vehicle accidents accounts. And it was from that job where I really got to just kind of speaking with people who've been in car accidents and interviewing them. I was kind of the middleman between the hospital and the auto insurance carriers. Mm-hmm. And just calling attorneys, preparing settlements. And then I can't remember what law firm it was, but I spoke to an attorney who I always would contact, and he was really nice to me. We kind of joked and laughed, talking over settlements and what's going on with the case. And he was like, Jerris, why don't you just go to law school? And I was just kind of you think so? And he was like, yes. He was like, anybody can do it. And I was like, I am an anybody. So from that point there, I took my LSAT, got a pretty good score, and then that's how I got here.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, do you want to try the not to say that your story is not interesting at all, but I'm kind of hungry.
I didn't eat breakfast.
I didn't eat breakfast too.
I had cereal.
We're actually shooting this video a day before school starts. Our first class is tomorrow as 2 L's.
Yay.
We're gonna get into more about how law school cheated us our first year, but before that, I really want to try the sushi. I don't really like sushi, Jerris. I need it to be cooked. I can't really have uncooked sushi, but this is, I think I ordered shrimp and crabs, but it's cooked crabs and shrimp, so I'm gonna try it and see how it tastes. Not bad. It's really good.
Delicious.
And it's from Bento, which is like my favorite Asian restaurant. Like, if you're in Gainesville and you ever want to like take me out, get me Bento. It's really good.
You just plugged yourself for a date, like.
I always plug myself for a date. Okay, we're gonna finish this up, and then we're gonna continue with our interview. This is actually really good.
It is.
I don't eat sushi that often.
And guys, don't edit this. Look, I feel like a lot of black people, they make us ashamed to be liking anime, but a lot of black people like anime. Just come out. It's fun.
Come out.
It's fun. We go to anime events together. Like, it doesn't make you a nerd. I mean, it doesn't make you less cool if you like anime, you know?
Yeah.
You should watch anime. It's better than watching Love and Hip Hop wasting your life. Just keeping it.
You know, I mean, anime is older than... Are you still watching like current anime stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, you're a nerd.
My Hero Academia?
You're a nerd.
What are you talking about?
That's why I was like, what do you mean that it got me through law school? Yeah. You still watched it?
I still watch anime.
I tried it when I was a kid. I thought it was interesting, but I never followed it.
You're crazy.
Alright, so let's talk more about like what were your expectations coming into law school and what was the reality of things, because I am one of the most optimistic person you ever meet, but law school can change that. Like, so I think that I share a lot with my viewers about my experience. So I think that just hearing from someone who's different, has totally different interests from what I'm interested in, will kind of shed a light into what the reality is.
So, and she's right, Esther is the most optimistic person in the whole world. But anyway, so my I guess when I thought coming into law school, I thought it would be a really engaging learning experience. I thought that it would be so mind-blowing, and I thought that, like, man, wow, I'm gonna be able to, like, the information I use, I'm gonna be able to really apply it once this class is over. But in actuality, from my experience, these classes were like literally like just theoretical BS, and a lot of it you can't apply. Like you can't apply it to. Like, I know people, when you get to law school, a lot of your friends and family who do get into trouble or situations, or they have questions and legal advice, they're like, oh man, what about this situation? You're just like, I honestly can't help you. They're like, well, dang, what did you learn all semester? And I'm just like, issue spotting. I learned how to take a test. Like, that's how I feel. It's not anything like super serious. Like, oh, I took a semester at criminal law, I'm ready to take on the whole criminal world.
Not exactly.
Not at all.
Yeah, I had a friend who got into a car accident call me like, hey, do you know any attorneys in town? I'm like, no, I don't know anybody in town.
I'm not plugged into that situation. I'm not plugged in that network.
Yeah, exactly. I think people have this expectation of you that you already know the law once you get in.
And I think it's different because I think that when people, I feel like if I went to medical school or like I'm doing something, I feel like I would know, but a med school or a vet, it's not really theoretical. You're hands-on, you're really learning, and I feel like a lot of law school is too theoretical, and I don't feel like you can really apply a lot of things.
Which is why clinics are important. Like you don't get to take the classes you want your first year, and none of us took the classes we want. And like everything was kind of like, you have to learn this thing, and I guess it's because it's the foundation of the law, and those are all the things that are going to be tested on the bar. So we're kind of like shoved the classes we're allowed to take.
Yes.
I mean, like, what about the other side of like this, outside of your professors? Do you like your professors, like the class, your classmates? Because people have this idea of law school as this like this Hunger Game type of situation where it's like, you know, everyone's like competing. And how did you flourish in that kind of environment?
So I feel like my professors, I don't really have a favorite professor. I mean, I guess you could say, I don't know if I should say her name, my courts professor.
Stein. Everybody loves Stein.
I feel like I learned the most material. I like my constitutional law professor.
You actually do?
Because I feel like, I mean, look, keep it real. I got a B+. I didn't read. I learned it on YouTube. But, okay.
Don't be like Jerris. This is the thing. We're being honest to you about law school is that you might, like, what works for you doesn't work for everyone. So Jerris didn't study and still got a B+. Someone who did study probably didn't get as good as a grade. So, you are sleeping on your bed however you lay it.
I guess my expectations with professors, I thought that when I'm in law school, like, these professors are going to have such a meaningful impact on my life. And, like, oh, man, 5-6 years from now, I'm going to reach out and be like, hey, like, you changed. But no. I think that, honestly, to keep it all the way 100, the only professor that really gave me some meaningful advice was my research professor, Professor Marks.
Okay.
I told her, I went into her, like, we were talking, and I was like, yeah, Professor Marks, I really just cannot stand law school. And she was like, yeah, there are some people that hate it, there are going to be some people that love it. And she was like, do your externship this summer, and if you really can't stand your externship, then that will give you a big sign up to whether you should continue to pursue this or not. And I actually loved my externship, and that's kind of why I'm here now.
I mean, I had the same experience as Jerris. Like, I really liked my professors. I like all my professors, but you can honestly rank your professors by how much you learn. And there are unique situations where you feel like some people are more like, I want to learn the material. Some people, professors, have an impression on them based on how they carry themselves. So, like, my favorite professor is not Jerris's favorite professor. And we could never be totally different. I'm telling you, I don't know how we're friends, but so, like, everyone has their unique experience with, like, their professors, and I felt like I was so focused on getting cold called that sometimes I miss the important part, which is being in class and actually understanding what you're learning. But what about people though? Like I mean, the first part was about your professors. What about the people in law school? And note that every law school is different. If you're going to HBCU school or PWI, every law school is different. My school, we both go to UF Law, and so this is just his perspective.
So I generally feel like that, not to like toot my horn, but I feel like I'm pretty well liked on campus. Like, people see me, they're like, hey, it's Jerris, and I'm kind of like I guess the funny guy.
You think you're the funny guy?
I think so.
You're the one who just talks a lot of shit.
I do. People like, look, I guess people appreciate honesty, I guess. I don't know. When I went out, I can't say his name.
Wait,
when I went out last night, I forgot. I think it was Brendan. And
you just say a friend. Don't say. No, just joking.
Okay.
Just say a friend.
Oh, when I went out last night, someone introduced me as one of the nicest people in law school. I'm like, oh man, I didn't know I was that nice.
Wow.
Okay. I don't know. I'm kind of like a floater. Like,
he is a floater.
Remember in the beginning, and I said our section was trash and started hanging out with section 2.
Yeah, you posted that on. He posted that on Facebook.
Get it popping.
And then he got everybody talking about, no, we not. And so everyone, like, I feel like our section is the party group now. Section 2 has a lot of house parties.
Shout out to Section 2. I love y'all still.
We actually, Section 3, well, we're not Section 3 anymore. But we used to go out all the time. And it was kind of like the same people, though, that went out.
Yeah, basically. I feel like law school, you're going to have... There are those people who are going to take this way too seriously and kind of play it very, very Hunger Games-like. And for me, that's not me. I'm a very, like... I just don't think it's that serious. I feel like what you want in life, you're going to get out of it. And there's no need to be mean or conniving to people to get that. I feel like, you know, if you have it in your mind, your lifestyle's going to be like this, you're going to have it or not. It's better to be positive and to get that, put positive energy instead of being kind of negative. I kind of feel like that's kind of the Hunger Games way, and to hide outlines and to kind of... I
mean, our section was pretty good at not doing that, though. Like, okay, so now, the way our school is set up, we have like 3 sections. Section 1 was like the gunner group, because they were the first people to apply, and so that's why they're called the gunner group. Section 2 and 3 were they were okay. I think Section 2 was a party group. We were the most lit. We were the cool group. Like, everybody in our group is cool. Okay, like I think you're speaking for yourself. I'm just speaking for myself. Okay, we were the cool group.
Shout out to Section 2.
You know what? You're a traitor. Hop out of here.
I told y'all I'm not in Section 3. I'm in Section 2.
Speaking about that, like, let's talk about grades. Oh my God. Like, grades are so important. It could be the death of any law student if you let it. But how do you think, like, mean, most people don't know about the law school grading process. You want to shed a light on it for them?
So law school grading process, so I think what a lot of people don't know is like there's only like a limited amount of grades that can be given out. So there's a limited amount of A's, there's a limited amount of, I guess, like B, like your B is your new C, I guess.
Yeah, you're right.
B is like your new C. Your C is kind of like your new D, and your D and everything over that's like, you know, pretty bad. But it's like, so like, I guess for a lot of us, because, you know, we're going to like the #1 law school in Florida, we're so used to getting A's, and, you know, so like when we get our grades back, it's kind of like, oh man, like not one, I have yet to make an A, and I probably will never make an A. And it's just what it is.
We're gonna change that this semester, okay? He's taking classes he likes. You're gonna get an A.
Not necessarily.
I can't with this guy. I can't.
Spring semester, I'm actually taking things that I really like. Like this semester is kind of like.
So Jerris is one of the people who really does not care about law school activities. Like he didn't do the moot court, he didn't do a competition, he didn't do law review, the general competition. He managed to complete the blue book, right?
No, I started my moot court, but I had a vacation coming up. You know, Dominican Republic or moot court.
No,
I'm not gonna write. I'm gonna live my best life.
See, there are some people like him, and there are some people like me. You should be like me. Well, you can pick and choose. Come on the bright side or the traveling side. But what made you not want to do any of those things? Like, it's so important. Like, people are like, did you make it a law review? Are you on the journal? Are you on moot court? Like, you have to, like, people feel like it's like you don't have a legal career outside of that, like if you're not part of these or associations of clubs.
So I think it's two things that affected how I perceive like law school and law activities. One was my mentor who recently graduated.
Hey.
Hi, Bachi. So she kind of, you know, put things into perspective. And another thing was my externship. I worked with a judge who was very, very cool, and he shared, me and him were exactly the same. We both just did not like law school. We both do not do any activities. And I mean, from talking to him and my mentor, like a lot of the things that the law school says are important, it really won't matter 2 to 3 years from now, if it even does matter. I mean, after your first job, nobody's gonna care if you're not gonna put law review on your resume after your first job.
I think some people do.
Some people will, but 5 years from now, you definitely won't put that on your resume. Like, it won't really matter.
The only thing that matters is getting that work experience. But like, I know that a lot of people still put law review on it.
For me, I don't do a lot of things because one, I'm not like a lot of law students. I'm older and I worked. I am pretty old. I worked and I feel like a lot of.
He looks really young.
I feel like
he's a young fish.
I feel like a lot of my work experience is transferable to what I want to do. So I feel like I don't need. I mean, I am gonna try out for trial team because I do want to be a litigator. But if I feel like if I don't make it, it's not the end of the world.
I think it's the end of the world.
I feel like
no, I'm just joking. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. It just sucks.
I feel like law school, and to a fault, and I think that's why like a lot of people do get depressed and they do get really, really anxious because they put unnecessary burdens on people. They make it seem like, oh, you're not on law review, you suck. You're not doing anything, you're trash. You're never gonna get a job, and it's not true at all.
I mean, the other counter to that is it just makes life easier for you, though.
To a certain
extent. It makes life easier for you. I don't know about your job search right now, but like job search is something that's already on your mind the summer of your 1L. Your 1L summer, like it's already on your mind. And
even then, they stressed us about the job search and externships, and it wasn't that serious. In my opinion, it wasn't that serious. If you didn't do an externship your 1L year, look, you're okay.
You're fine. I mean, that is something I could. No, I mean, some people have great experiences, and that's not to downplay it. But what really matters is your internships 2L year and 3L year. But like 1L year, I've heard someone say, I'm like, you guys don't know what you're talking about. But like, no.
They really stress getting a job in externships 1L year, but honestly, I'm glad I had my externship. I thought it was a very great externship, being behind the judge's chambers and actually like getting advice. But if I didn't do it, I think I'd still be fine. I feel better that I did have it because I was But if I didn't do it, if you don't do it, then it's okay.
Why don't you just go into a little bit about what you did this summer? Because I know some people who were with judges, federal judges, state judges. Some people were with organizations. Some people are in actual law firms. So, like, what did you do that you thought that, you know, outside of having an internship that year, you'd be fine?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
Outside of not having a 1L internship, you felt like you'd be fine. What did you do?
So with my externship, I was with a judge. Oh snap, Rebecca.
Oh, my sister's burning something.
So my externship, I was with a judge that I met through jury duty, and
oh, really?
He was very pro-trial. So like I know, like Esther, she said that like her judge, like a lot of continuances, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like my judge was like, look, there's no continuances. Can you try it today? Okay, well, there's not a witness there. You got a phone. You can call this witness. You're gonna call this witness tonight, and we're gonna try this case tomorrow. Like he was very pro-trial. So I've seen like maybe 9 trials. 2 of them are homicide trials, and just being back there with him, like share his life experiences, like talking about like what he did, and just like when we go on breaks, he'd be like, so what do you think the defense should do? What do you think they should argue? And I'd say stuff, and he'd be like, okay, now what do you think the state's gonna argue for that? And he'd be like, see, that's what you should do. And like, you know, it was a great experience. But I know some people, and it was unpaid. I didn't try to get a paid externship.
Right.
I didn't care to get paid.
He doesn't care about getting paid, but getting paid is important for every one of us who's not getting credit for their class. And like if you're not getting credit, you don't have a scholarship.
You didn't get it.
I did, but I'm just saying there's some people, like if you're not getting credit for your class, like you don't have any income that summer.
Right. Like
no form of income. So you either have to choose getting credit or be broke.
Right.
And then
being broke. Being broke.
That's funny. Okay, before we go out and we run out of time, I have a game for Jerris in this box. I know, it kind of matches my shirt, my dress. I didn't plan it, it just happened to be the case. So this is a trivia question. I mean, we're trying to see how smart you are. How smart are you? Smarter than a 5th grader in law school? I mean, I don't know what this is going to be called. We're still working on it.
The name is pending.
Yes, the name is pending, but this is a game. I have a trivia question that Jerris has to answer. Really easy first year questions, and if Jerris doesn't know the answer.
Oh, they're for our courses? Oh, I'm gonna fail this. I'm the king of C's, y'all.
I mean, don't aim for a C. Always aim for an A.
Look, C's are less stressful. C's are less stressful. Don't really study. Open that book up. Like last week, cram it in, just get that C. And
that's the thing, I tell people, like, you end up teaching yourself the last few weeks, so start teaching yourself right now. If you're in law school, immediately you start teaching yourself, because guess what you're going to be doing last week of school? You're going to be teaching yourself. Like, I'm not going to go into that, how like what the professors say does matter, but you end up teaching yourself. Alright, so Jerris, pick a question. Let me read it out.
Oh.
You want to read it out loud?
No, you can read it.
Okay. Oh, this is easy. Okay. Name the 2 types of due process.
Due process. Man, that was common law. I learned on YouTube, guys. Hold on, let me remember. Isn't it procedural and substantive?
Yes, okay. Yes. All right. Well, guys.
Shout out to Dowd.
Shout out to Dowd. That was the Jerris got it. Good job, Jerris.
No problem.
Good job.
YouTube works.
I mean, that took you a while though.
It did. C's. That was my best grade though. That was a B+.
Jerris, what about mental health? Like, I think I struggled with my mental health here, and I don't know if you did as well. So, what would you say about law school and dealing with mental health?
So, law school and mental health is very important. If your mental health isn't up to par, you are going to suffer through your classes. You're going to suffer through your friendships. Your friends who are your friends, they're just going to think like, what's going on? And it might, you know, some people, they might think like, hey, let's just give them some space, when you really do want someone to talk to. So like having your mental health in order is like key to law school. It's key to being healthy, key to getting good grades. So like for me personally, how I feel better law school, I do not hang out with law students. Like, that's just me.
Except for me.
Except for her. But like, I like to remove myself from anything law school related. Like, sometimes I go back home I live like in a beach town. It's very relaxing. I started going home a lot.
Really?
Just do things that just only make you happy.
I mean, my side of that is I was doing law school 24/7, and
That's bad.
That is totally bad. Like, because first of all, I didn't know what was being expected of me, so I'm choking up because it's stressing me out right now. But I was under a lot of stress in law school, and I think part of it was having someone to talk to about it. And you have to have that go-to person. Sometimes it's law students, and other times it's not law students. I mean, if you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a spouse, they might not even understand what you're going through.
Stay with her in a relationship, and I think it makes it easier.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like a lot of people break up while in law school. Like, they break up with their significant other.
That is true too.
But I would just like encourage people who are actually watching this in your first year. Make sure you go to the gym. Make sure you go to the gym. I mean, look, what we're giving you keys right now.
The gym.
Those cases that you're reading, trust me, you have to read it again and learn about them. And I'm sure you can summarize them. So make time for the gym.
And don't overdo it, but I'm not gonna lie, like wine and some Hennessy really helped me out. But don't go to an alcoholic, but like just a little bit.
So you're one of those people. You're the one who helps the stats. I didn't drink. I mean, guys, let me tell you, I didn't drink.
I drank.
I didn't drink that much. I didn't like going out because it just takes it takes a lot to recover for the next day and prepare for the next week.
I recover fast.
Oh, polar opposites. No, I till this day I wouldn't get slushed when I go out because I just feel like it would take me a lot of energy to recover.
Mine is usually just getting started.
If you were to advise someone who's thinking about coming to law school, what would you tell them?
I would tell them to do it. If that's what you really want to do, do it. But it is stressful. You're gonna feel dumb for a while. You're gonna read things and you're gonna be like, I do not understand this. And close your book and be like, you're gonna question yourself over and over. Am I on the right track? What am I doing here? I'm totally about to make my parents like just be upset with me. But just go through it. You can do it. If you really want to do it, just do it.
What about people who are in law school right now and they're thinking, okay, I'm about to start, like, I mean, if you're a 2L, you got it. Like, you kind of got it at this point. But, like, the 1Ls that are coming in, like, what should they know?
1Ls, this is going to be your worst scholastic experience. On the bright side, I mean, spring, fall, what's that, 10 months?
Yeah.
Summer's not that bad. So just get through spring.
My summer was horrible.
Ours where we took classes. So
oh my god.
Just get through fall and spring. That's only like 10 months. You will be okay after that. Like, it is going to be your worst year. But, I would say if I was going to tell someone anything, I would say don't let the school define what success is. Your success is what you make it. Don't think, oh, I didn't get an A. I am stupid. Look, it's not even that serious.
Almost true, but not really.
It is true. It's not going to matter. Once you graduate, it's not going to matter.
Right, but make sure you try. Like, give yourself the opportunity to try.
And trying makes you really, really stressed out. It makes you lose all your hair. Try a little less.
I mean, no, like, think about it. This is like your one time. If I would say anything, go hard your first semester. Don't be selfish with your everything else, but just go hard.
Definitely go hard.
Because then your 2L year, you know the skills. Like, you mastered it all.
You're going to know it anyway. Sometimes you just might want to kick your feet up. And
yeah.
Look, and my advice to you all guys coming in and everybody watching, and even the 2Ls, look, ain't even 3Ls. The only test that matters is the bar.
Amen. Preach.
That's
Preach.
If you don't pass that, this whole thing means nothing. So don't get super, super stressed out. Now, bar exam studying, yes, get stressed out.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
this, I don't think you should get super, super stressed out. It's not that serious.
Yeah, that's good advice.
Yes.
Do you have anything else?
Keep your head up. Stay focused.
Well, yeah. I mean, thank you, Jerris, for coming on this show. Like, this is very important to us, and I hope you can always come back. We can talk about other things that you might be interested in. I really appreciate him because Jerris, this is him, but he has another side to him.
I'm kind of toned down.
Right, he has an uncensored side to him.
I told I wouldn't curse.
And I appreciate it. I really do. So, guys, Jerris, where can people find you on your social media handles? Like what, where?
Oh, I deleted Instagram. I thought it was boring.
Oh, I was wondering because I was trying to send you a video and I couldn't send it to you.
I think Instagram's boring. I mean, you can follow me on Snapchat. I mean, I'm gonna be cursing a lot. When I go to DR, you might not want to be around your mom or your kids. But look, my Snapchat name is it's Also Arrogant Jason. OSO Arrogant Jason. I stole it from a dead rapper. He don't need it. It was a rapper called Also Arrogant JoJo. I mean, he dead. He don't need it.
Okay, so say it one more time so they can hear it.
Also Arrogant Jason.
And follow Jerris and all of the mess he's getting himself into.
Yes.
Thank you guys for tuning in. This is Legally Woke with Oyetoro. I will see you guys.
Name. That's nice. Legally Woke.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was the name.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, interrupt that.
Let's do this again.